Welcome, my friends. The news today is that AT&T's return to office mandate forces 9,000 to relocate or resign. The so-called return to office mandate is some kind of layoff ruse, layoff wolf in RTO sheep's clothing. As you know, the list of companies laying off employees just continues to get longer. Amazon, Disney, Google, Meta, Intel, Microsoft, and the list goes on and on. This video continues our coverage of the wave of layoffs sweeping the United States. What does it mean for AT&T? What does it mean for big telecom companies? What does it mean for the economy? And, what does it mean for the future of the United States? But, before we get into all of that, please press the like button and leave us a comment below. We would love to hear from you. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you are notified of upcoming videos when they are released. And, before we continue, a word from the sponsor of this video. Today's sponsor is InnerLife.com, creator of the InnerLife STS system. InnerLife STS is a cloud mobile platform for mental health care and its integration with primary medical care. InnerLife STS is designed for assessment, data collection and analytics, documentation, and progress tracking. InnerLife STS creates and composes conceptualized narratives and builds them into professional-grade reports. These reports are designed for use by mental health professionals, primary care physicians, justice system professionals and universities, and include mental health assessment reports, mental health treatment reports, and treatment progress reports. And InnerLife STS uses doctor-selected pseudonames for all patients. So, only the healthcare professional knows the patient identity. AT&T ordered 60,000 managers to report to one of just 9 offices nationwide, drastically consolidating its footprint and leaving 9,000 workers with the choice to relocate or resign. The U.S. telecom giant, which currently has 350 offices across 50 states, reportedly is calling workers who have been remote since the onset of the pandemic to a handful of outposts to save money and inspire collaboration, according to Bloomberg. One manager, who asked to remain anonymous for fear of retribution, called the move a layoff wolf and return to office sheep's clothing. AT&T CEO John Stankey announced the on-location assignments will take effect in July in Dallas and Atlanta, and will be implemented everywhere else by September. He told Bloomberg that the 60,000 managers will be required to report to one of the 9 designated offices at least 3 days per week based on their specific duties. Of AT&T's 300-plus hubs, 2 core central offices in Dallas and Atlanta, plus locations in Los Angeles, San Ramon, California, Seattle, St. Louis, Washington, and Middletown and Bedminster, New Jersey, will be used. People local to one of these 9 offices are reportedly still eligible to be reassigned to another. Staley estimated that among the managers affected, about 9,000, or 15%, will face the choice of relocating or leaving the company. For those who decide to move, relocation offers will be made on a case-by-case basis, an AT&T spokesperson told the outlet. Meanwhile, several managers at the phone company said the number of managers having to make this decision is likely closer to 25,000 based on office reductions and task-specific assignments. Insiders told Bloomberg that the return to office mandate has created a sense of unease among employees, who have worked from home since the onset of the pandemic, as details about new assignments and the process used to relocate individuals remain obscure. An internal document sent to workers said, "Your leadership team will determine your designation and work location based on the needs of the business, work groups and collaboration partners. Depending on your role, it's possible your work location could change," the memo added, according to Bloomberg. AT&T has not been shy in recent years about axing employees in an effort to cut costs, and is known to periodically shed workers and dollars through an internal process known as surplusing. Since 2020, AT&T has let 69,000 employees go as part of a $6 billion money-saving effort, Bloomberg reported. This time, though, seems different. One vice president told her team that she's never seen us do something this drastic this quick, Bloomberg reported. Stankey reportedly addressed the tough choices restructuring decision will leave for part of his workforce. Many will make decisions that are appropriate to their lives, he told Bloomberg, of employees either relocating to keep their job at AT&T or resigning. He continued, "If they want to be a part of building a great culture and environment, they'll come along on these adjustments and changes. Others may decide, given the station of life they are in, that they want to move in a different direction." Google has also recently cracked down on its return to office mandate, including tracking employee badge swipes. Most employees are required to be in the office 3 days per week. The workers have been warned that poor attendance records could adversely affect staffers in their individual performance reviews. Facebook parent Meta also ordered its workforce to be on-site at least 3 days per week beginning this fall, the latest move in Mark Zuckerberg's ongoing year of efficiency at the tech giant that has slashed 21,000 jobs. Telecom companies AT&T and Verizon are trading at significantly lower valuations after a Wall Street Journal series on the toxic lead found in AT&T's cables. Goldman Sachs telecom analyst Brett Feldman details how replacing the lead cables could elongate the time frame from transforming from an operator of older, slower networks to an operator of advanced high-speed networks. Feldman highlights the competition between service providers to transition into wireless, while also commenting on T-Mobile's position in the telecom sector. AT&T Incorporated's human resources chief, Angela Santoni, will leave the company at the end of September, just as the telecommunications giant is eliminating thousands of jobs as part of a newly expanded $8 billion cost reduction program. Chief Executive Officer John Stankey informed employees last week in an email that Santoni was leaving. She is one of only 3 female top executives at AT&T. Santoni was previously head of human resources at Turner, a division of Time Warner Incorporated, and was brought in to run the department at AT&T in late 2019, shortly before the pandemic. As offices emptied and the workforce scattered to remote locations, she was responsible for trying to keep employees attached and accountable. She is departing amid more upheaval at the company, which is handing out pink slips and shrinking operations. AT&T is under pressure as wireless subscriber growth is slowing. Its debt has increased by $6 billion to $143.3 billion and it faces a potentially costly lead cable cleanup. The company raised rates on its premium mobile plan to help boost revenue and is in the process of restructuring operations by reducing 350 offices across the U.S. to 9 core locations with the main hubs in Dallas and Atlanta. As part of that move, AT&T has told 60,000 managers that they need to show up in person to one of these locations, and some will face relocation decisions or be fired. Santoni's tenure included a period of massive job cuts. Largely through what AT&T called surplusings, rounds of layoffs have been conducted on a department level on nearly a monthly basis to reduce costs. The company stopped announcing job cuts years ago, and only discloses total employee counts in quarterly reports and filings. Last week, AT&T said it was increasing its $6 billion cost-cutting effort by an additional $2 billion plus over the next 3 years. Since the beginning of 2021, AT&T has cut 74,130 employees, including through divestitures, or 32% of its total staff through June 30th. As offices emptied and the workforce scattered to remote locations, she was responsible for trying to keep employees attached and accountable. The company stopped announcing job cuts years ago, and only discloses total employee counts in quarterly reports and filings. On behalf of AT&T's leadership, I'd like to thank her for her support and commitment to driving these initiatives during a very challenging and important time of transition. Stankey wrote in the email, which was confirmed by reporters. AT&T declined to comment on Santoni's departure. The idea was to echo one of Stankey's themes of connectivity, the new simplified mission for the company as it returned to its telecommunications roots after a $100 billion ill-fated attempt to transform the company into a media rival of Walt Disney Company and Netflix Incorporated. The idea was to echo one of Stankey's themes of connectivity, the new simplified mission for the company as it returned to its telecommunications roots after a $100 billion ill-fated attempt to transform the company into a media rival of Walt Disney Company and Netflix Incorporated. But, what do you think? Please leave us a comment below and hit the like button. We would love to hear from you. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you are notified of upcoming videos when they are released. Please share this video on social media. Thank you for watching.